Hopefully you're not a drifter. Hopefully you're not a loser. Hopefully you're not a waste boy. So if you hate women, please exit out of the video. If you plan to bash women, please exit out of the video. If you plan to, you get the point, bro. Do not ever expect unconditional love from a woman. There's 4 billion women on this planet. But you know, you lost the girl that you loved before, man. You lost your favorite eater. Let's be real. I've been through super painful and super chaotic situations with women. You won't believe your eyes, bro. You won't believe your eyes. What's up, fellas? It's Fari. Let's get it. Like, comment, and subscribe only if you fuck with it. Also, follow me on Instagram at organic.fari. Today, we will be talking about why every man needs to go through heartbreak. Stay to the end of the video and I'll be recommending a book that changed my life. It's a really good book. It's a book that I've gifted to a lot of family and friends. And the ones that have read it have said a lot of good things about it. We actually talk about the book a lot to this day, and it's a book that I've read it a few times over the last couple of years. I have a couple friends that have also read it, you know, a couple of times, or they've skimmed through it a bit. But it's a very good book, man. I promise you, if you check it out, it'll change your life. But I'll be leaving that at the end of the video. First thing I want to say is, if I was to sit up here on this camera and say it's impossible to find a woman that will truly love you and give you a good experience, I would be lying. Experiencing the love a woman has to give, especially when she's in a super feminine state, is, I would say, one of the greatest experiences a man will experience while he's here on the earth. And if you haven't experienced it, that sucks. But I promise you, if you continue to work on yourself, you will be able to attract that experience for yourself. And hopefully after going through this video, you're able to pick up on a few things that you can add to your life, learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes. And you know, yeah, man, we don't hate women. We love women, man. I love women, man. You know, I've had a lot of good experiences. I've had crazy experiences. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong, my boy. I've had some crazy experiences, but I've had good experiences. So this isn't a channel, and I'm not a person that's gonna sit up here and say I hate women or bash women. I love them. I love them. I like to say first they're sweet, then they're sour. As long as you understand that, you'll be okay, bro, I promise. But also, on the flip side of experiencing a woman in her feminine state and her giving you the gift of her love, you have heartbreak. There's always a potential for heartbreak. Once love is involved, there's always a chance for heartbreak. So you have to understand that going into it. That does not mean that you have to expect or anticipate heartbreak, but just understand that it's there. It is always lingering. Not everything is meant to last forever. Also, if you remember that, yo, that's a tip without even getting straight, like, too deep into the video. But what I do want to say is that all men experience heartbreak. The best of us experience heartbreak. It's just a natural part of life. That's just how the ebbs and flows of life work. But you have two options when you experience it. Option A, which I highly recommend, is to use that pain as fuel. Use all the bullshit that girl did to you, or that those girls did to you. Use all of that bullshit and all that pain as fuel, literally. Don't forget about it. Don't hate them for it. Don't hold any grudges, bro. Don't go take your anger out on other women. Don't go take your anger out on other people. Don't start abusing drugs. What you need to do is you need to use that pain as fuel. But what a lot of men do is they allow it to crumble. They succumb to life, bro. I'm telling you, it's grown men out here that go through heartbreak and don't come back. And if you've been through heartbreak, you understand, you get it. It comes with a lot of negative feelings. However, the guys that get it and the guys that are watching this video, they understand that if you use that pain as fuel, you can turn it into something very beautiful. In fact, what you want to do is you want to use that pain as a catalyst for success. And if you don't know what the word catalyst means, I know you know what it means, bro. But for some of the people that are a little bit on the slower end that are watching this, not in a bad way, just go look it up. Use the pain as a catalyst for your success, bro. And the reason why I want to make this video is because a lot of men, this is a topic that a lot of men are ashamed to speak about, especially publicly. Like, you may speak about it or joke about it with your boys, but there's not really anybody that you can really go to actually speak about these things that are going to give you valuable advice. Hopefully you do have a social circle, family, and or friends that care about you that you can go talk to. But the truth is, it really doesn't matter what anybody says, doesn't matter what anybody does, it doesn't matter what the opinions of others are. What you need to realize, and this is the biggest thing right here, is that every single relationship that you ever had, whether it's a fling, I don't recommend one night stands, but if you want to do that, if you're having one night stands, if it's a long-term relationship, if you're married, if you're committed to one girl, if you have a rotation, whatever it is that you're doing, all of your interactions with women, is you have to look at it as an opportunity for you to become a better man. And you have to look at life that way. Every opportunity or everything that life brings to you and brings into your path, you must look at it as an opportunity to become a better man. If you look at it through that lens, what do you think is going to happen? When you look at it through that lens, what's going to happen is you're going to always choose to be the highest version of yourself. And that's the purpose of this channel. That's the purpose of me setting up this phone, making these notes, pouring all my thoughts onto the internet, is to help you become the highest version of yourself as I strive to be the highest version of myself. It's a never-ending journey, bro. Believe that. So first, I want to, I'll get a little porquito. I'll get a little personal. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I love women. I've had very good experiences with women. But I've been through some crazy ass times with women, bro. I've been through some very dark, painful times with these women, bro. I've been through super painful and super chaotic situations with women. Now that I can look back on it, I'm super grateful for it because it made me into the man that I am today. But going through those moments, man, those are some dark days. And any guy that tells you he's never had no dark days over a woman, he's lying. Put your ego aside. It's okay, bro. I promise you it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but in that moment, sometimes it could feel like the end of the world, but I promise you it's not. When I really look back on all the girls that I've dealt with, whether serious or not, it was really all an opportunity for me to become a better man. It really had nothing to do with the ladies that were involved. It had everything to do with me, the relationship that I had with myself, the relationship that I have with God, and realizing why I'm here on this earth. So because of that, I will always love women. I'm grateful for all of the good times that I've had. I'm grateful for all of the good times that are to come. I'm grateful for the bad times. The goal is to avoid as many bad times, right now and in the future. But if they come, I'm gonna do what I'm telling you to do right now. I'm gonna look at it as an opportunity to become a better man. And what you need to do is you need to thank God. Because like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, does, believes, what their opinion is. The only person that's really going to get you through a situation like this when you're going through these dark times, bro, is you and God. And I'm not even speaking on no super religious shit. I don't even care what your denomination is, what you believe in, but it's really a time for you to tap into the higher power, which is why I say be the highest version of yourself. That's you getting closer to God. A lot of people don't realize that. So what I want to talk about now are the different types of heartbreak. In my opinion, especially with my personal experience, there's 3 different types of heartbreaks. Doesn't mean that you get your heart broken by 3 different women. You can experience this in different combinations and variations. You can experience it with 1 woman, 2 women, 3 women, or even more. You can, if you don't learn your lesson, you can experience the same type of heartbreak. Remember, each experience is an opportunity for you to become a better man. So as I explained the 3 different types of heartbreak, reflect on your own life. It doesn't have to be anything serious, dog. Heartbreak doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I'm crying. But you lost the girl that you loved before, man. You lost your favorite eater. Let's be real. If you're a guy that deals with women, whether it's on a rare occasion or even for the guys that have their way with women If you're a guy that gets your way generally with women, you're still gonna be one of these guys that go through heartbreak. Trust me, I could tell you that I'm speaking from personal experience, dog. The first type of heartbreak is what I call the wake-up call. So this typically happens when you're super young, could be middle school, could be high school, could be after that if you're a guy that doesn't really deal with women for whatever reason, whether you can't get women or you're super religious or your culture doesn't allow that. Wake-up call is just basically where you're no longer naive to what women are. You realize that a lot of the things that they show us on TV that you grew up watching, even a lot of the things that your mom and if you have sisters that they tell you that women like, yeah, they might like some of these things for a while, but as you interact with women yourself and you see women interact with other people, you begin to pick up on the true nature of women. And when I say the true nature of women, I'm not using it as a negative term. All I'm saying is that you're no longer naive at this point when you go through this. The second type of heartbreak is called the ego adjustment. So this heartbreak right here stings. Ooh-wee. This heartbreak right here, this one stings, bro, I promise you. This right here, and I want to put a pause, like I said, we love women, but this right here, when you go through this heartbreak, you truly experience and see the dark side of female nature in full force. You won't believe your eyes, bro. You won't believe your eyes. This heartbreak right here is usually the one that either sends you into a downward spiral or, you know, forces you to become a better man. It really does adjust your ego. It can adjust your ego for better, or it can adjust your ego for worse. It's really up to you at the end of the day. You have to choose what you allow this situation to do for you. So hopefully you are the man that chooses to be the best version of yourself. Hopefully you're not a drifter. Hopefully you're not a loser. Hopefully you're not a waste boy. So if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you're choosing to be the best version of yourself. And if you're not, please exit out of the video. If you hate women, please exit out of the video. If you plan to bash women, please exit out of the video. If you plan to, you get the point, bro. So now for the guys that are still here on this video, the guys that are choosing to be the best version of themselves and still love women at the same time, you may or may have not went through the third type of heartbreak, which is called the stoic tester. So it tests your stoicism. The word is thrown around a lot online, especially YouTube, but being able to control your emotions and stick to purpose and duty is the reason why you're here on this earth. So when it doesn't feel good and it hurts and your emotions and your desires are telling you otherwise, this type of heartbreak is going to really test whether or not you can resist all of that. And I'm going to keep saying it, be the best version of yourself, be the best man that you can be. To sum it up, basically, this one is just what they call the right girl, wrong time. So whether this breakup is your fault or the girl's fault, at the end of the day, it's always your fault, bro. It's never the woman's fault. I'm saying that jokingly and sarcastically because, you know, women, the real reason why I'm saying that is because you have to take full accountability for every situation that you're in, including the relationships that you're involved with. But this breakup right here, what this does to you is it tests you as a man, because at this point you understand the dark side of female nature. You understand the beautiful side of female nature, and you have a genuine love and appreciation for women. However, you understand that not everything lasts forever. And if you're a man that's on a mission, on his purpose, you're gonna stand for something. There's certain things that you will not tolerate. There's certain things that you'll tolerate. This isn't a dictatorship. However, there are things that you won't bend, nor will you break certain rules. I just wanted to cover those really quickly. I'll make a video going more in depth on those, Just think about your own experiences with women and kind of try to categorize them into those, and that'll give you an idea. But like I said, I'll make another video explaining those, and I may even give some personal examples on those videos. If you do want to see that video, leave a comment down below, or you can DM me on Instagram at organic.fari. So now what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of advice on dealing with heartbreak. So the number one piece of advice that I can give you is never expect a woman to treat you or love you like your mother, ever. Your mother is the only one that will ever have unconditional love for you. Do not ever expect unconditional love from a woman. Yes, you can find a woman that is gonna love you, but it is gonna come with conditions, and you have to be okay with that. As a man, you have to be okay with that. If you're not okay with that, go be a monk. Go be a monk. It sounds harsh, but it is true. It's not about being the richest. Yes, you want to make a lot of money. I know I want to make a lot of money, but it's not really about being the richest. Don't get me wrong. Some women love expensive things and will only deal with rich men. And I would advise to stay away from those type of women. Deal with women who truly like you for you. However, you have to be able to provide for a woman financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. You have to be able to provide and protect for a woman, bro. That's really your job, especially when you just look at things from a nature standpoint. Yeah, we're super modernized now, so we're not at war, we're not out in the wilderness, but women are still looking for that. Women want a man that is physically fit. I'm not the biggest, bro, but I go to the gym and I work, bro. I could pick something up, bro. I could throw something around in the bedroom, bro. They want that. I read, bro. I read a lot, bro. I'm smart. Bro, I have a relationship with God. If you don't do those things for yourself, you're not going to be able to do those things for a woman. So when you're able to find a woman that genuinely cares about you, understand that she's not your mom, and things may or may not last forever. Don't go into it looking for it to last forever. Give your gifts. It's about what you can do right now in the present moment. Give. That's your job. Stop worrying about what you can get from people. Find a woman that you want to pour into, that wants to pour into you. Don't deplete your energy and waste your energy on women that don't really care about you. You'll avoid heartbreak a lot more like that. Yes, you can and will still get your heart broke by a woman that loves you, but bro, just be smart. So when you find this lady and she gives you the gift of her feminine energy, it's your job to create and maintain an environment that allows her to be feminine. It's hard, bro. It comes with duty. Remember, I told you, it comes with conditions. You don't just sit back, relax, and I'm just going to receive this love and take. That's not how it goes, bro. You cannot fall off. You can't. You have to understand that women are not your mom. They're human beings just like you. They have their likes, they have their desires, they have their fears, they have their plans, they have their feelings. Don't try to change or fix women. Change and fix yourself. And I promise you, your experience with women will be a lot greater. The last thing I want to say is don't put any expectations on anybody, especially women. They're going to disappoint you. So to end the video off, it's a little bit longer than I wanted to. One of the last things I would say is that a fully evolved man realizes that there's no such thing as the right girl, and there's no such thing as the wrong time. There's 4 billion women on this planet. And the wrong time doesn't exist. You exist right fucking now. You exist right now, bro. What are you doing right now? What gifts are you giving to the world? How are you entering the world? How are you entering your woman? Ask yourself that. Are you weak? Or are you fully erect and strong? Pause. Give your love to the world freely without expectations. Give it to give. That's where your satisfaction comes from. Whenever you need something, go to God. Allow God to pour into your cup. It's God, man, woman, then child. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot just manufacture and create the juice or the liquid that's going to be in your cup by yourself. You also don't want to create a synthetic cup or liquid that you're going to pour into your woman and then she's going to pour into your child. So go to the source, bro. Go to God. I'm telling you, go to God. Go to God. God has everything that you need. Everything that you think you're missing, God got it. Book recommendation that I want to give you guys is The Way of the Superior Man by David Dida. I've read the book a billion quadrillion times. Go check it out. Promise you it'll change your life. Be on the lookout for the next video. But that's the video for today, guys. I'm out.